Misano boiling in silence, a secret test no media was allowed to see. Behind tightly sealed paddock doors and heightened security that felt more like guarding a state secret than a motorcycle test, Misano transformed into the quietest yet most nerve-wracking development lab of the season. Two riders with colossal reputations, Toprak Razgatlıoğlu and Jack Miller, were brought together not for a race, but for the most ambitious V4 engine and aero experiment their manufacturer has ever attempted. No fans, no cameras, no TV crews. Even mechanics were instructed to cover team logos when stepping outside to avoid any accidental leak. But the silence only intensified the tension. The moment the V4 prototype fired up for the first time, its raw and thunderous growl echoed across the empty circuit like the opening shot of a new technological war. Engineers hid behind tinted screens, monitoring every vibration and every data spike. This was the type of session that could define the direction of an entire project. Two riders with completely opposite riding philosophies were now on the same track. Toprak, the king of brutal braking, and Miller, the master of smooth cornering. The secret duel finally began. Toprak goes out first. Brutal braking pushes the new Aero to its limit. The moment Toprak rolled out of pit lane, the tone of the session shifted instantly. No rider makes engineers clench their fists tighter than the man known for bending the laws of physics through ultra-late braking. On his very first run, Toprak shocked the garage by attacking the new Aero package with no warm-up, just pure violent braking force. Into turn 1, the bike stayed unnervingly glued to the asphalt, the front winglets forcing the tire to dig into the surface as if magnetized to the track. Telemetry revealed insane numbers. His braking point moved nearly 9 meters deeper than the last prototype. That isn't just data, it's the ultimate torture test for Aero. And yet, the bike held steady, refusing to shake or lose grip. Engineers exchanged silent, wide-eyed glances. If the new Aero can survive Toprak-level braking without collapsing, then this isn't a prototype anymore, it's a potential weapon. For the first time, the aerodynamic concept showed signs of becoming something revolutionary. Miller follows, carding through fast corners with unreal stability. When Jack Miller finally joined the track, the test took on a completely different tone. If Toprak is a storm hitting the brakes, Miller is a razor-sharp gust slicing through high-speed corners. His mission wasn't braking, it was to challenge the Aero in fast-flowing sections like Curvone and Caro. Every time he exited a fast corner, the usual rear spin was dramatically reduced, proving the new side-fairing channels were doing something very right. Telemetry showed a shocking 14% improvement in vertical stability at high lean angles. One engineer even dropped his pen when he saw Miller hit the highest recorded cornering speed ever on this V4 prototype. The contrast between the two riders was pure gold for the engineers. Miller's consistent, smooth style allowed the team to read airflow behavior with surgical precision. Together, the two riders were creating the perfect development storm, one breaking limits, the other refining balance. Two styles, two datasets, both critical to the evolution of the V4. One of the most fascinating aspects of this test was seeing how two extreme riding styles produced data graphs that had nothing in common, yet complemented each other like puzzle pieces. Toprak's telemetry was full of violent spikes, massive brake pressure, sharp direction changes, sudden load transfers. Meanwhile, Miller's graphs looked like a calm river, smooth curves, gradual acceleration, stable cornering arcs. Engineers set up two large comparison screens, watching the lines dance side by side. When Toprak's graph shot upward during hard braking, Miller's remained steady. When Miller flowed through a corner, Toprak's data erupted again. The beauty of it? These differences helped the team validate the Aero in every scenario imaginable, from extreme deceleration to high-speed sweepers. The resulting data was so rich that by midday, the team had already produced over 300 pages of analysis, something that normally requires 3 separate test days. Toprak's wild lap, the bike dances under massive downforce. There was one moment that froze everyone in the garage. On his fourth run, Toprak attacked Sector 1 like a man possessed, forcing the front tire into the asphalt with braking pressure most riders wouldn't dare attempt. But instead of wobbling violently, the bike remained eerily composed, as if the downforce was cradling it. Entering Turn 2, the bike appeared to glide mid-corner, floating yet controlled, a masterpiece of aero stability under stress. An engineer whispered, "We've never seen a V4 stay this calm under that much braking load." Entry speed increased by 7 km/h, a number usually achievable only with mechanical engine upgrades, not aero. Even fans standing far outside the circuit fences reported hearing a braking sound like a jet landing. That lap became the moment many in the team realized they weren't just developing a new package, they were witnessing the birth of a weapon that could reshape MotoGP's competitive landscape. Sector War. Toprak dominates early, Miller destroys the final sectors. The indirect battle between the two riders quickly became the heartbeat of the entire session. Telemetry showed Toprak dominating sectors 1 and 2, the realm of sharp braking and tight direction changes. But Miller responded with fury in sectors 3 and 4, fast, flowing sections where downforce and line stability matter most. In the garage, mechanics reacted to sector splits like watching a silent boxing match. Small cheers erupted when Toprak broke the S1 record. Moments later, engineers applauded when Miller slashed half a tenth off sector 3. Analysts noted the unique dynamic. Toprak pushed the motor to its physical limits, while Miller discovered how to maintain speed without overloading the tires. Each rider forced the other, indirectly, to push harder. What could have been a simple test became an intense development duel that accelerated progress far beyond expectations. Two extremes, one purpose: push the V4 to its absolute limit. The new Aero. Bigger, sharper, and borderline terrifying. Everyone in the paddock talked about the shape of the new Aero, even though the test was supposed to be secret. The front winglets were nearly 18% larger, with sharper angles and expanded lower fins. The side fairings featured aggressive air channels shaped like wind blades. When a blurry photo accidentally leaked from a mechanic's phone, social media nearly exploded. Engineers explained the goal: produce maximum downforce under braking while reducing drag at full speed, a nearly impossible aerodynamic contradiction. But for the first time, the data showed it might be working. Drag dropped by 6%, stability increased dramatically, and Miller said the bike felt like it was held up by invisible hands in fast corners. This wasn't evolution, it was a revolution in aerodynamic philosophy. If this package goes into production, the balance of power in MotoGP could shift dramatically next season. Telemetry madness. Over 300 pages of data in a single day. A typical test day produces maybe 40 or 50 pages of usable technical data. This session produced over 300. It was, by all accounts, the most valuable development day the V4 project had ever seen. Toprak's data revealed how the Aero prevented nosediving even under terrifying brake pressure. Miller's data revealed how airflow remained stable even at extreme lean angles and high speeds. Engineers were stunned by the synergy. Toprak showed how the bike behaved under violence, while Miller showed how it behaved under precision. The deeper the team dug into the numbers, the more they realized they had finally found what the V4 project had been missing for so long: a perfect blend between raw power and aerodynamic intelligence. The test wasn't just successful, it was historic. Rossi arrives unannounced, and his words shake the entire paddock. Just when everyone thought the day couldn't get more dramatic, Valentino Rossi appeared out of nowhere. His sudden arrival caused mechanics to freeze mid-step. Rossi studied the telemetry, watched Toprak's onboard playback, and raised his eyebrows. "Hi. This is crazy," he muttered. Rossi praised Toprak's adaptation as far beyond what any rookie should be capable of. He compared Toprak's instinctive understanding of the bike's limits to iconic MotoGP prodigies in their early years. Rossi was especially impressed that Toprak's extreme braking, normally a disaster when transferring from superbikes, actually matched perfectly with MotoGP's heavy downforce era. If Rossi says someone is adapting at a supernatural pace, the entire paddock listens. With just a few words, Rossi validated everything the team had seen all day, and suddenly, whispers began. Is Toprak the next big phenomenon? A new era for the V4 begins. Toprak and Miller become the pillars of a revolution. As the sun dipped behind the Misano grandstand, the sound of the V4 prototype fell silent, but the intensity inside the garage only grew. Engineers surrounded the riders, dissecting every detail: braking behavior, airflow stability, tire load, engine mapping. Toprak described how the downforce catches the bike under brutal braking. Miller detailed how the bike maintains balance through fast, sweeping arcs. It became clear that this wasn't just another prototype test. The V4 project had officially entered its most crucial, most promising phase. The combination of Toprak's violent braking style and Miller's high-speed smoothness provided the development breakthrough the team had been searching for years. Many insiders now believe the MotoGP grid might face a major shift next season. Toprak could emerge as a rookie sensation. Miller could become the cornerstone of stability. And the Aero V4 package tested in this secret Misano session might just become the first chapter of a brand new MotoGP era.